It's on billions of plates every single day. Rice. Steamed, fried, boiled. It feeds more people than any other food on Earth. But what if we told you this humble grain might also be contributing to climate change, that it takes over 5,000 liters of water to grow just 1 kilogram, and that this staple crop here could be one of the most misunderstood forces shaping our planet? This is the untold story of rice. Did you ever think rice could be harmful to the planet? Before there was bread, there was rice. First domesticated over 13,000 years ago in China and later in West Africa, rice didn't just feed people, it defined them. It carved out civilizations, from the river valleys of Asia to the terraces of Ethiopia. In Asia, it became sacred, part of wedding rituals, temple offerings, even the afterlife. In Africa, it was sustenance, heritage, and resistance, from sushi to biryani, paella to mochi, jollof rice to risotto. Every grain carries a story. Long before globalization, rice connected people. Not by trade, but by tradition. It wasn't just grown. It was worshipped, celebrated, hoarded, even fought over. And while the West crowned wheat, much of the world, over half of humanity, chose rice. Before a single grain hits your plate, a complex decision has already been made. Which seed works best in this valley? Which soil drains just enough, but not too much? How deep should the floodwaters rise? Rice farming isn't guesswork. It's a fine balance of biology, chemistry, and instinct. Ever wonder why a farmer chooses short grain rice over long grain? Spoiler, it's not for the flavor. Long grain rice stays firm, perfect for fluffy dishes or stir fries. But short grain, it's sticky. It holds together. That makes it ideal for baby food, mochi, and even alcohol. The seed you choose doesn't just change what's on your plate, it changes how you grow the rice. In the US Delta, disc plows churn up machine-perfect rows. In the hills of Bali, farmers carve staircases into mountainsides, one step at a time. In some regions, rice is planted by hand. In others, it's rained down from airplanes, up to 30 seeds per square foot. This is not just farming. It's choreography between earth, water, and time. Did you know rice could be grown by airplane? Which method surprised you most? After 3 months of nurturing, watching, and waiting, the moment arrives. Golden stalks bow under the weight of maturity. That's when farmers know harvest has begun. In one part of the world, the grain is still cut by hand, sickle by sickle, stalk by stalk. In another, machines devour acres per hour. But harvest is only the beginning of transformation. Freshly reaped rice, known as paddy, is alive. It must be dried quickly to prevent rot. Traditionally, it's sun-dried, laid out on mats, turned by hand. Today, it might travel straight to giant dryers or automated mills, and inside those mills, a radical makeover unfolds. The husk is stripped away, the bran layer removed. What's left behind is pristine white rice, but there's a cost: nutrition, so we put it back. Ever noticed enriched on your rice bag? That means vitamins like iron and B-complex were pressure steeped back in. A modern fix for a polished problem. Some rice even gets a glucose coat. Not for taste, but to shine. Literally, to stand out on supermarket shelves, from muddy fields to glossy grains. This transformation hides a journey most of us never see. Polished or whole grain, which do you eat, and why? When we think of rice, we imagine a bowl, not a barn, not a bottle of oil, not a bag of mulch, but here's the truth. Nothing in rice production goes to waste. The outer husk, ground down and turned into mulch, perfect for restoring tired soil. The bran, the nutrient-rich layer removed during polishing, it becomes livestock feed, packed with oils, proteins, and vitamins, even those oils, extracted, purified, bottled. Rice bran oil is now a cooking staple across Asia and slowly making its way to Western kitchens. The straw left after harvest? Soft enough for animal bedding. durable enough to be woven into mats, baskets, even construction material in some parts of the world. And here's the kicker. Some farmers even burn the husks to produce biochar, locking carbon back into the soil. It's not just food, it's a system, a loop, a reminder that nature wastes nothing, and neither should we. Would you cook with rice bran oil? Or compost rice husks if you could? It's the grain that feeds over half the planet. But at what cost? To grow just 1 kilogram of rice, you need 5,000 liters of water. That's more than 2 months' worth of showers. And those serene, flooded fields, they're methane factories. Starved of oxygen, the soil ferments and releases a greenhouse gas 30 times more potent than carbon dioxide. In 2022 alone, rice farming released over 5.7 billion tons of CO2 equivalent into the atmosphere. That's more than the entire aviation industry. But change is coming. Scientists and farmers are fighting back with smart water management, alternate wetting and drying, and rice varieties that grow with less fertilizer and more resistance to disease. One technique alone, dry seeding and single drawdown, can cut methane emissions by up to 90%. The future of rice might not be in more fields but in better science. Would you eat rice that was better for the planet, even if it looked or tasted a little different? Can we reinvent the most ancient crop on Earth without losing its soul? The answer might lie in science. Across labs in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Africa, researchers are racing against climate change, engineering rice to be drought-resistant, flood-tolerant, and immune to disease. One breakthrough? Golden rice, genetically modified to produce vitamin A, a nutrient millions of children lack. For many, it's not just food, it's life-saving. Other strains are designed to thrive on less fertilizer or grow faster in poor soil, all while cutting methane emissions and protecting yield. But it raises a question. Are we saving rice or turning it into something entirely new? This is the fork in the road. Keep growing rice the old way and risk the planet. Or embrace a future where technology meets tradition, where every grain carries both nourishment and innovation. Would you eat genetically modified rice if it helped save lives? Or is that going too far? For some, rice is just a side dish. For others, it's sacred. In Asia, rice isn't just eaten, it's worshipped. In India, it blesses weddings. In Japan, the first harvest is offered to the gods. In Bali, entire temples are built to protect it. It's a symbol of life, luck, and legacy. Generations have planted the same fields using the same methods, whispering the same songs. In places like the Ifugao terraces of the Philippines, rice farming is not agriculture, it's ancestry. Every grain carries memory of childhood, of celebration, of survival. And when you share it, you're not just feeding a body, you're nourishing a story passed down for thousands of years. What's your most powerful memory involving rice? A meal? A family moment? Tell us. Here's the truth. Rice feeds over half the world, but it's also heating the planet. Every flooded field releases methane. Every harvest leaves behind carbon costs. And as climate change worsens, rice, our most trusted crop, may become our most fragile. But not all hope is lost. Scientists at IRI and CIAT are racing to develop rice that needs less water, fewer chemicals, and can thrive in unpredictable climates. Farmers are turning to smarter, more sustainable methods, alternating irrigation, reusing waste, protecting soil. It's not just a battle for food, it's a battle for balance. So next time you eat a grain of rice, ask yourself, what future are you feeding? If rice has to change to survive, should we change with it? Let us know your thoughts below.